Welcome back. Indeed, I have another fragment with me. As usual, it was handed to me this past week, and that'll I can tell you about that, because that's I myself know about that. This fragment carries a headline that reads, Time Machine, and the body of the text reads as follows. Again, if you want to build a time machine, first, become a bird catcher. And that's it, in its entirety. Time machine. Again, if you want to build a time machine, first, become a bird catcher. Now, what can be said about this? What could be said about this? Well, listen. Again, if you want to build a time machine, first, become a bird catcher. So begins the fragment, and so begins the paradox. You came here asking how. You came here asking when. You came here, some of you, asking where the wires go and what the fuel source is and whether it's safe to return once you've left. But that is not the question. That was never the question. The question was always, what is the nature of time? And more precisely, what is the cost of touching it? I have taught many things to many people. I have watched them nod. I have watched them furrow their brows. And I have watched them walk away with fire in their hands, believing they understood what I gave them. Some did. Most did not. That is the nature of teaching. It is not the giving of answers, but the changing of a soul's geometry, so it may be capable of holding a new kind of question. Now let us look again at this one. Again, it begins. And I must tell you, this again is not decorative. It is the lever to the whole machine. This is not the first time the fragment has been spoken, nor is it the first time you've heard it. It is the first time you've remembered, which means you're not here for the first time. You are returning. And so the fragment, like a marker left in a shifting landscape, greets you with its own echo. Again, you came back. Good. Now let's begin. What is a time machine? You think of it as a device, perhaps. A thing built of copper, dials, and blinking lights. A machine with a lever you can pull to go forward or backward, to zip through centuries like pages of a book. That's the theater version of time travel, the cartoon. But if you ask the ancient ones, if you ask the mad, the watchful, the elders who speak in riddles, they will tell you plainly, time is not a line. It is not even a river. It is a bird. To build a time machine, then, is to learn the art not of gears and bolts, but of song, of traps, of stillness, and of the moment just before the wing moves. This is why the fragment says what it does. To build a time machine, first become a bird catcher, because you cannot force time. You cannot build your way into yesterday. You must lure it. You must wait for it, and you must know the sound of its wings. 2. On the bird itself. There are many kinds of birds, but only one kind of time, or rather, only one kind that is alive. The dead kinds, the ones you measure with clocks, calendars, deadlines, and milestones, those are the carcasses of time, the museum bones, the shadows left behind when real time has already flown. Real time is wild, feathered, sharp-eyed. It does not obey your plans. It visits when it chooses. It sings a song you cannot record, because the moment you try to capture it, it's already gone. So if you wish to build a time machine, the kind that actually works, you must first become sensitive to the living movements of time. You must feel it in your skin, your breath, your bones. You must become a catcher of birds. And I do not mean one who kills. I mean one who listens, who studies where they land, who waits without hunger for a moment of recognition. Third, the first trap, stillness. The first trap a bird catcher lays is stillness. And this, you will discover, is the hardest trap to build in the modern world, because everything now is motion, noise, projection. We are trained to chase, to speak first, to interrupt, to seize the day before it slips away. And in all that pursuit, we miss the fact that time does not come to the runner. It comes to the one sitting quietly by the tree, head bowed, palm open. Have you ever noticed? Some of your clearest moments, the ones you call timeless, come not when you are striving, but when you are being. When the sun cuts across the window at just the right angle, and you feel the whole room tilt toward the eternal. That is the wingtip of the bird brushing your shoulder. That is the moment when time, not the schedule, but the real thing, visits you. And it will only visit if it finds you still. To catch a bird, you must stop being one. Fourth, the second trap. Knowing its name. There is a story, older than this land, older than this voice, of a man who wandered into a forest and could never find his way out. He built fires, he left markers, he tried every path. But each road turned in on itself, and he returned again and again to the same tree, the same stone, the same question, until one day he stopped trying, and in that moment a raven landed before him. He did not flinch, he did not speak, he simply looked, and in return, the bird spoke its name. You see, in the old magic, to know the name of a thing is to gain a power over it. But this is not dominance. This is recognition, relationship, belonging. The man came to know the bird, and in knowing the bird, he came to know the pattern of the forest. And in knowing the pattern, he walked, not forward, but home. Time, like the raven, must tell you its name. You do not seize it. You do not bend it to your will. You wait for it to speak, and when it does, you listen with your whole life. V. Why bird catchers are rare. Most people cannot bear stillness. Most cannot wait in silence long enough to recognize the arrival of the real. Most cannot tell the difference between the clock and the bird. So they build machines that do not work. They try to time travel by reliving the past, by recreating old wounds, by scrolling through archives and photo albums and regrets. But they do not catch time. They catch only memory. And memory is not the bird. It is the echo of the song after the bird is gone. Real time, true time, sings only once. And if you are not present, it will not sing again. This is why a real bird catcher carries no camera. Only patience, only breath, only the scent of cedar and old rain. 6. What happens when you catch it? Some of you still want to know, what happens if you succeed? If you sit long enough? If you learn the feathers, the glint in the eye? What happens if you build the perfect trap? I will tell you. If you catch it, you will not own it. You will not control it. But you will be changed. It will perch on your shoulder. For a moment, maybe two. And in that moment, you will see everything. Past, present, future, collapse into a single golden ring. And you will know, in your bones, what the mystics have always whispered, that time is not something you travel through. Time is something that visits you, and the machine you build is not made of metal. It is made of you. 7th, again. We return to the first word, again, because here's the part I didn't tell you. Once you've caught time once, it leaves a scent on you. And the bird may return, not on command, not on cue, but because you are marked, because you've proven yourself to be a safe landing. And so, like all great magic, the cycle begins. You wait, you listen, you build, you forget, you remember, you speak the fragment, and it speaks back. Again, if you want to build a time machine, first, become a bird catcher. 8th, a word to the builders. To those among you who still want blueprints, let me offer this. Learn the art of noticing what no one else sees. Practice silence, not as absence, but as invitation. Read the wind, not the headlines. Tend your spirit as a perch. Do not chase. Let the thing come to you. And above all, honor the fragment, not as metaphor, but as mechanism. Because this is the truth. The fragment is the machine. You just didn't realize you were already in it. Now sit still. The bird is near, and it is listening